What's going on to you, Capricorns? So you actually have my dog's in the room. She'll get medications this Friday. So you have the King of Pentacles the night, or if not early, um, the following week. Got to set up an appointment, but I'm getting paid Friday, so that's what's taking me so long. Anyway, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and then you have the Knight of Wands. So what's going on here for you, Capricorns, is that y'all are in a place where what you got going on is that you Capricorns are in a space. You Capricorns are in a space where what you got going on is that King of Pentacles is Capricorn anyway, and Taurus put together. So there's a sense of you actually, it's a lot of things. You feel good about the disposition that you're in. You can actually stand on your own 2 feet. You've achieved apotheosis, which is divinity or divinehood, or being able to stand up on your own 2 feet, not necessarily always being hyper dependent on someone else. Because when you are doing that, essentially you're at the mercy of strangers. And, we're living in a world right now where, people can use that, unfortunately. And, so many people, right? The popular thing, especially if you're going right hand path, is essentially to go at each other. One person has to be at the top. There has to be everybody jockeying for position, right? Trying to get in position to be the most powerful one, right? Stunting, right? And so the situation with that is the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands here for you represents how a lot of you Capricorns are, you don't need that. A lot of you are really above the pettiness of feeling like you need to put down another person in order for you to feel good. And good, that's great. That's a great trait to have. It speaks to your, not just your outer value or the finances that you're getting, it speaks to your inner value as well. It speaks to why you Capricorns, excuse me, it speaks to why you Capricorns have regality about you. You have nobility about you, and why other people don't necessarily have that. Because if they get themselves in position, they are going to laugh. They are going to do everything they can to laugh at the people, or feel superior, right? Instead of them actually just continuing with the work, the good work that they're putting in, right? Like, and they're doing. So with you Capricorns, again, you're moving forward with your life. This is not a competition between other people. This is a competition between yourself and yourself. You're just trying to do as good as you possibly can do. And, other people who delude themselves into trying to be in a competition with you, it's supposed to be a 2-person race. It turned into a 3-person race. It's you, yourself, but then it's the other person, right? Because they're in competition with you. And it makes them look stupid, because it's like, and it makes them look unwise, because it's like you don't have this chip on your shoulder. So the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, right? That's another thing too. Like, you Capricorns are on the up and up. You're on the come up again, still, currently, now, still. You've already reached to a certain point, and you're still getting better as time go on, right? And that's my point, right? You have to, your mind has to acclimate. You have to adapt as it is that you get better. Because if you don't acclimate to it, you will lose it. You know what I mean? You will lose it all. This is where it is that you see individuals who get to a certain point, and then they can't handle the position or the power that they have. They start losing it. They start being super disrespectful. They start acting like Nero from the Roman Empire, just doing goofy stuff, just doing a bunch of just I mean, the type of goofy stuff that Nero was doing. Anyway, we're not even going to talk about that. Holy mackerel. Anyway, so the thing about it is that, and so a lot of you are not even in a race against other people. You're doing your own thing. You're not in a competition. You don't have this chip on your shoulder. But every now and again you will attract a person who doesn't recognize that, and they won't leave you alone for a time being. They're trying to be in a race with you. They haven't figured out that you're not racing against them. So even if they were to surpass you and get across the finish line, you don't care, because this is a race. They're not invited to the race. Who were they, right? And so what's going on here is that the Four of Swords is about Four Swords and the Ten of Cups, right? You're not, and the Knight of Cups too. This is beautiful, because this shows how a lot of you Capricorns are not going to allow outside individuals or outside like forces or other like situations or people to get in the way of your own content, your own happiness, your own internal joy, right? You're not allowing any of that. You are great in the position that you're in, and you do it well, and you carry yourselves with grace and class and nobility, and you're not out here feeling like you need to be super disrespectful or whatever to other people in order to get to where it is that you Capricorns want to go. That is a sign of true leadership. That is one of the signs of true leadership, is when you get to a very powerful position. What do? A real leader, all I saw was coming up, watching that poor leadership, poor leadership. They get to a position, people look to them, whether it's on a job or just outside of the job, where people look at them and their words and their actions have such power to people. It has such weight. Poor leadership skills. And see, we're living we're living in a world of poor leadership skills. You're not supposed to run around here trying to showboat, show out, all this other type of stuff. I mean, you could do that if that's what you want, but I've never seen it work long term. I've seen it work long term, but I've seen it work long term with a few. If you want to get the larger group, right? And this is what some leaders have figured out. They've used game to basically use the benevolent Messiah kind of image, but so they know that it works, right? And so it could be used for great good, or it could be used for dysfunction. But what happens when it gets in the hands of a person who wants to use it for good? The beauty, the wonders, the magnificence, that the joy that can actually be reached, right? And so the way that you Capricorns are carrying yourselves is with such grace and class, because you're making other people who get to positions and they show off, and you're making them look stupid, because now it's like you get there to this situation, and you got to this situation, and look at how you Capricorns are moving. You're doing it a very good way, a very wise way. You're not showboating. You're handling your business. You're working. You're keeping your mouth quiet when you should, and you're making wonderful strides. And you helped out other people, and then you're getting even better. So I'm seeing how some of you Capricorns, like I said before, like some of you Capricorns may even be expanding out into making your own business or investments in things. And somebody had actually asked me, like, okay, when is these investments going to work? Y'all got to stop it with that. Y'all got to stop it with this wanting, like, this miracle for somebody to come through and get you a miracle. I keep telling y'all, you're going to have to create your own miracle. You can get help a little bit from individuals, some assistance, but I can only show you the door. You got to be the one to walk through it. So a lot of the times people will be like, well, what's one way? Okay, well, You can do your own research as to how to create a business. You could do your own research as to how to invest. During 2020, when all the nonsense was going on, I'm not going to say what, but during 2020, during all the nonsense, I was telling people to start your businesses. So many people told me that I'm goofy. People told me to shut up. All of that. It was an ego game. Look at what it is that you have today, right? And what I was saying back then that I'm still saying now, right? 5 to 6 years later, if you include 2020 itself, is that how you attain that kind of freedom, financial freedom, is you either have a high paying job or you create multiple streams of income, at least two. I've said that before. But when I was talking about that, people, oh my gosh, the fear on some of these individuals. Like it was goofy. It was like, yo, like, and then in the stock market, what if you lose it? That is the natural flow of currency. Why do you think water is also called current, or how the current is going? Because water goes up and down just like any kind of financial system goes up and down. The flow, currency, it's the same thing, goofy, right? So you Capricorns are carrying yourselves excellently because you're handling your business, and you're handling your business without the dysfunction of allowing the fear to stop you. You can't allow fear to stop you. You understand what I'm saying? And you're not allowing the fear to stop you. And the Six of Wands and the Star card is that, again, you Capricorns are accomplishing your goals, the things that you want, the type of freedom that people don't achieve because they don't want it enough. They so scared about failure and what happens, and and not even realizing, right, that if you lose it all tomorrow, and Nipsey Hussle said this, if he loses it all tomorrow, he could build it back, because what's the most important thing is the time and the knowledge. Once you have the knowledge, you can make money because you know what to do. Excellent way that you Capricorns are carrying yourselves. Excellent. So let's clarify the Star card. Excellent. It's not a place of fear. It's coming from a place of what could happen, but you're still willing to do it anyway. That demonstrates leadership skills. Leaders take the most amount of stuff. Leaders take that. A leader has to walk into the fog before the rest of the team does. You understand what I'm saying? If a leader constantly delegates team members to do the most wild things, the team is going to start to low-key look at the team captain or the leader as a coward. You don't want that to happen, because then you have your team who won't listen to you. So that's just the natural thing that leaders got to do. You have to walk into the fog and check to see if it's safe, and then come back out of it and go, all right, it's safe. So let's clarify the Star card. You have the Hangman, Three of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, Knight of Cups, and then you Capricorns have the Seven of Swords. So these three cards right here for you, the Hangman's Three of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, and a lot of people are next to you, the ones who've been there with you, who are proud of you before, who don't look at you like a come up. They're very proud of you. You Capricorns, even your significant other, if you have one, very proud of you, very proud of how much it is that you've grown. And you Capricorns, again, have become a beacon light of just what is possible, what is probable. You've become the standard. And so the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Swords for you for you Capricorns here represents. And for the things that pop up, the unpredictable things that pop up that will challenge you, you will meet it, and you will face the challenges and overcome, right? And adapt and overcome and all of that. For the people or the situations that end up being goofy, you're not going to spend your time wasting it on trying to solve situations that are not worth it. So again, you're doing the right thing. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We're at 29,414 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Oh, and if you want to come through and get a personal reading from me, Capricorn, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Peace. Oh, the link to my video game, The Quest, the first chapter, will also be in the description box. Peace.